likely ranks the closest to being described as the most majestic of them. In these parts, elephants have become part of our daily lives, not just as a wild animal, but culturally and socially. Man reveres them, but also at the same time, it is in these regions that not so long ago elephants were hunted for their tusks and were tamed for domestic use. Poaching and habitat loss have reduced their numbers. Many elephants die every year due to various causes, like train hits or electrocution. It is the duty of each one of us to protect these wonderful animals, regarded as the engineers of the forest. But recently, there is a marked change in their lifestyles, mainly due to the work of the Forest and Wildlife Department and also Project Elephant. Working hard and trying their best to return the elephants to their natural habitat, we, together, will be securing their future and ours as well. To remove all obstacles, we generally say a prayer to the elephant god.
Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Kodi Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakarishu Sarvada. Inside a forest, to some extent, that is what an elephant does. It clears the path. It makes new routes and makes way for plants, trees and rivers. World Elephant Day.
Who doesn't know about elephants? We've all drawn elephants as a child. In the jungle, on the streets, and in the zoo, elephants
A pleasant morning to all. Forests of our country contain a vast and barely catalogued store of biodiversity, and Kerala represents a region of environmental uniqueness, geographically protected and culturally unified by the Arabian Sea in the west and Western Ghats in the east. By protecting the rich diversity of flora and fauna, Kerala plays an important role in providing ecological and socio-economic security to its people. While we rejoice on the bounty of nature available to us, there are serious concerns of the threats that our forests are exposed to. Many of our species are under tremendous pressure from poachers, illegal wildlife traffickers, and smugglers. These threats destroy our ecological foundations and pose serious challenges for long-term sustenance of our healthy ecosystems. Irrespective of the improved and strengthened protection measures, many of our fauna are under threat, nevertheless to mention our mighty giants, the elephants. Recognizing the real threat to our elephants, to create awareness on elephant conservation and to share knowledge and positive solutions for the better protection and management of elephants, we are observing World Elephant Day, an annual event celebrated on 12th of August, and in 2022, it's on the turf of Periyar Tiger Reserve, the best managed protected area in India. We start our celebrations. I request Shri Ramesh Kumar Pandey, IFS, Inspector General of Forests and Director, Project Elephant, to extend a floral welcome to our esteemed guest, Shri Bhupendra Yadavji, Honorable Minister, Minister of Environment, Forests and Climate Change. I also request to extend our warm welcome to Shri Ashwini Kumar Chaubey, Honorable Minister of State, Environment, Forests and Climate Change. And I request Shri Ramesh Kumar Pandey, IFS, to extend our warm welcome to Shri C.P. Goyal, IFS, Director General of Forests and Special Secretary, Ministry of Environment, Forests and Climate Change. Now I request Shri P.P. Pramod, Field Director, Project Tiger, to extend our floral welcome to Shri Rajesh Kumar Sinha, IAS, Principal Secretary, Forest and Wildlife Department, Kerala. I request to extend our warm welcome to Shri Benichan Thomas, IFS, Principal Chief Conservator of Forests and Head of Forest Post, Kerala. It's our honor to welcome Shri Ganga Singh, IFS, Principal Chief Conservator of Forests and Chief Wildlife Warden, Kerala. Now we welcome Shri Ramesh Kumar Pandey, IFS, Inspector General of Forests and Director, Project Elephant. We are going to mark the beginning of the celebration World Elephant Day 2022 with a traditional lamp lighting ceremony. Most respectfully, I invite Shri Bhupendra Yadavji, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Environment, Forests and Climate Change, for the auspicious lamp lighting ceremony. I request all our esteemed guests to join Honorable Minister for lighting the lamp. Please, sir. May the darkness of ignorance in the field of wildlife conservation be swept away by the dawn of self-realization. May all the human beings live in harmony with nature and other forms of life. I request Shri P.P. Pramod, Field Director, Project Director, to extend our floral welcome to Shri Varur Soman, Honorable Member of Legislative Assembly, Pyramid. Today, we have splendid presence of great personalities here, and may I request Shri Ramesh Kumar Pandey, IFS, Inspector General of Forests and Director, Project Elephant, MOEF and Climate Change, to extend a heartrending welcome to all our esteemed guests. Please, sir.
Very good morning, sirs, colleagues, and esteemed guests. It's a matter of pride and privilege for me to welcome our chief guest of the event, Shri Bhupendra Yadav ji, Honorable Minister, Environment, Forest and Climate Change, to the World Elephant Day 2022, which is celebrated across the globe for creating awareness about elephant and their conservation. We are grateful to Honorable Minister for his strong belief in the bottom-up approach towards wildlife conservation by involving local communities. We all are here in the midst of nature and wilderness of Periyar only because of Honorable Minister's vision of celebrating the country's endeavor towards elephant conservation on the ground by interacting local communities and stakeholders, as he keeps reminding us that the public participation and indigenous knowledge are vital tools for wildlife conservation. I'm also grateful, Honorable MOS will be joining soon, to our Honorable MOS, Shri Ashwini Kumar Chaube ji, who readily accepted our invitation to come to this program and had been part of our team when we went to see the Periyar, who always keeps supporting us and underlining the importance of wildlife conservation, particularly keeping in view the religious and cultural ethos which we are having for ages. It won't be out of context to say that Kerala harbors the third highest population of wild elephants in the country, and it also holds the second highest captive population of elephant in the country. Therefore, it would be appropriate to welcome the public representative, especially Shri Dean Kuriakose, Honorable MP Idiki, and Shri Varur Soman, Honorable MLA Peermade, for joining the occasion. I welcome Shri P. Goyal, Director General of Forest and Special Secretary MOEFCC, who always take keen interest in issues related to elephant conservation and has constantly been leading us from the front. His vast experience and innovative ideas keeps us moving ahead in the field of elephant conservation in the country. I welcome Shri Rajesh Kumar Sinha, Principal Secretary, Shri Beni Chand Thomas, PCCF and HOF, Shri Ganga Singh ji, CWLW Kerala Forest and Wildlife Department, for graciously hosting the event in the God's very own country. It would not be fair on my part if I miss our ASNFA, Shri Pavir Pandey Sahab, who is amongst us to encourage and participate in this event. I take this opportunity to welcome all the members of 3 committees constituted by the Honorable Minister under the Project Elephant, officers from the Kerala Forest Department, especially Field Director Periyar and his team, office bearer and members of the local communities, panchayats, EDCs, Gaj Gaurav awardees, children, their parents, teachers, and officials from the ministry. Last but not the least, I welcome the members of the print and electronic media who play a crucial role in disseminating the importance of the event and need of the concerted effort towards conserving our national heritage animal. I really take pride being part of this large team who had been instrumental in conserving 60% of the global population of Asian elephant in various human-dominated landscapes in our country for years. I once again welcome you all for your gracious presence and extend my indebtedness for your kind support. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Now, may I proudly invite Shri Rajesh Kumar Sinha, IAS, Principal Secretary, Forest and Wildlife Department, Kerala, to mention his special remarks on the Elephant Day.
Good morning, everyone. Very honorable chief guest for this morning, for the event and for this celebration, Honorable Union Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Shri Bhupendra Yadav sir, Honorable Minister of State, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Shri Ashwini Kumar Chaubey sir, Shri Dean Kuriakose sir, Honorable MP of Idiki, Shri Varur Soman sir, MLA for Pyramid, Niyojak Mandalam, Director General Forest, Shri C.P. Goyal sir, Hoff, Shri Benichand Thomas sir, Shri Ganga Singh ji, Chief Wildlife Warden and PCCF. ഇവിടെ വേദിയിലിരിക്കുന്ന വിശിഷ്ട വ്യക്തികളെ ഇവിടെ സ്ഥാനത്തായിട്ടുള്ള ബഹുമാനരെ, honorable guests who are seated on the dais and those who are sitting before us. It's indeed a pleasure for all of us to be assembled here in the midst of this green environment with a lot of wildlife population around us, surrounding us. We cannot imagine living without this greenery, without this wildlife population around us. This is essentially the celebration of World Elephant Day, and to my knowledge, this is the 10th celebration, 10th year. As all of us know, Asian elephant in our country is not only venerated, worshipped, but it also has a lot of commercial value. We tend to forget that now. It is more venerated than it has commercial value. But as we see, as in the introductory speech, it was stated that the population of elephants in Kerala is nearly 5,000. Considering the density of population, human population, this density is extremely high. What is happening of late, and every state is facing this, Kerala is facing it more acutely, is this conflict issues. Conflict with the wildlife, mainly with the elephant and also at times other wildlife. And this is happening because of various reasons. Maybe population is growing of the wildlife, human habitats are also expanding, blockages to the corridors, natural movement of elephants, or their habitats are being disturbed. So there are various reasons for that. We often report the accidents or casualties arising out of these conflicts. There are many reasons attributed to this. I am not an expert, but the experts tell us various reasons for that. There is another interpretation that these incidents have always been there, but today probably the reporting is very high. Maybe that could be one reason. But there are certainly reasons of development. There are reasons of growing population of elephants as well as human habitations. What we need to do now, on the one hand, we have to ensure that we continue to live and cohabit this planet with the wildlife, particularly elephants, which are very important for the country, also for the state. And on the other hand, we also have human habitations, their developmental aspirations, the societal needs are there. So how do we reconcile these two? That's a challenge. In Kerala, and for that reason, sir, we need to have more action-oriented research studies, which throw up more practical solutions, more lasting solutions. We are actually doing those solutions of hanging solar fence or boundary walls. Those solutions have been there, a very traditional solution, short term. But we need to look at more lasting solutions for this issue. In this endeavor, what Kerala government has done, we have decided one policy, which all of you may be knowing, is about eco-restoration policy. How that policy is relevant in this context? That policy actually, when implemented, ensures that forest areas get compact. There is no habitation taking place within the forest area. There's some degree of consolidation within the forest area. No islands other than the traditional tribal population. It's a compact forest area. Number two, we generally try to get rid of these exotic variety of plants and get back to more of the forest varieties of plantation, replantation, removing the exotic or external species, replanting what was natural to the forest area. And that in one way will ensure that we have more grasslands available for the elephants to freely cohabit or inhabit that area. This is one small step that we have taken. There are many more steps to be taken. I'll not take much time on this forum. I will certainly be very keen to get guided by the experts, and in today's event, my Honorable Minister, who will be guiding us on this issue. I wish this event all success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I feel very privileged to invite Sri C.P. Goyal, IFS, Director General of Forests and Special Secretary, MOEF and Climate Change, to mention his valuable remarks on World Elephant Day 2022. Please, sir.
Good morning to all of you, and Honorable Minister Shri Bhupendra Yadav ji, Honorable MP Shri Diyun Kuriakose ji, Honorable Member of Parliament Shri Vajohar Soman ji, my friends on the dais, all the members of the steering committee and different committees of elephant management, and members from the print and press media. So thank you very much for inviting me here, and today we are celebrating the World Elephant Day. It is a pleasure to inform you that from the Government of India side, it is probably the first event which is being celebrated in an elephant reserve, and I should compliment our Honorable Minister for giving us this opportunity for having this celebration in a very good elephant reserve, which is maybe one of the best in the entire country. And the another first that is going to take place is, although it is the 17th steering committee meeting of the Project Elephant, but this is also the first meeting which we are going to hold in an elephant reserve, and the credit and the everything goes to the Honorable Minister. I, on my behalf and on behalf of the entire Project Elephant team, thank him for giving us this opportunity, and also for hosting this event in an elephant reserve. So as we all know, elephants in India are the national heritage animal, and it is rightly reflects in the cultural heritage. They are very much part of our religion, mythology, folklore and arts. No other species anywhere in the world enjoys this strong cultural ties as the elephants enjoy in India. Elephant always have a very favorable public opinion. In India, they are also worshipped as a god. Lord Ganesha is simple, it comes from the elephant itself. People in India worship elephants as gods. Elephants lore is celebrated across the length and breadth of the country. In this regard, elephants act as a flagship species that attract public support for conservation as a whole. In another sense, we can say that the elephants clearly act as an umbrella, keystone and flagship species in biodiversity conservation, which the ministry is striving for. The World Elephant Day is an international conservation event that is celebrated on this day every year. The World Elephant Day is dedicated to the spreading a strong message towards conserving elephants and their habitats, and also in improving the welfare of these gentle species. There are many issues linked to the elephant. There are human-wildlife conflicts also. There are encroachments in the elephant reserves also. There are the shrinkage of the area and other issues that are we are facing for the elephant conservation. All these issues will be discussed in different committees today. So I once again welcome you all to this August event, and I hope this today event will be very successful in all the activities that we have planned for. Thank you very much, and welcome once again.
Now may I invite Sri Dean Kuriakose, Honorable Member of Parliament Idukki, for his special remarks. Please, sir.
ബഹുമാനായ കേന്ദ്ര വനം വന്യജീവി ക്ലൈമറ്റ് ചേഞ്ച് വകുപ്പ് മന്ത്രി ശ്രീ ഭൂപേന്ദ്ര യാദവ് ജി, ബഹുമാനായ അശ്വിനി കുമാർ ചൗബേജി കേന്ദ്ര സഹമന്ത്രി, ബഹുമാനായ MLA ശ്രീ വാരൂർ സോമൻ ഉൾപ്പെടെ ഈ വേദിയിൽ സന്നിഹിതരായിട്ടുള്ള ഫോറസ്റ്റ് ഡയറക്ടർ ജനറൽ ശ്രീ ഗോയൽജി ഉൾപ്പെടെയുള്ള ഉദ്യോഗസ്ഥന്മാരെ, സഹോദരന്മാരെ. First of all, I welcome Honorable Cabinet Minister Bhupendra Yadav ji to this district, Idukki. In my experience after 2019, Bhupendra Yadav ji is the first cabinet minister visiting this district. That's why I am very much happy to honor him. Today is the day of World Elephants. The main aim of this day celebration, protect and preserve wild elephants. For that, we introduced the project Elephant Policy. In that project, the preservation of the ecosystem of elephants, and also there is another aim to sort out the issues of human-animal conflict. Both cases we have to take care. Idukki Parliament constituency, I discussed with the Honorable Minister and raised too many times this issue in Parliament, Lok Sabha. More than 350 kilometers of border areas we are sharing with forest land. So that we have some other concerns also. We are in the front, that means for protecting environment and forest. We are more than, in the front, that means more than national average, we are protecting forest areas. But the issues about human-animal conflict, that we have to sort it out. The last 10 years, more than 40 people have been died by elephant attack only. We have to address that case also. We have to introduce the new mechanisms, that means the precautionary measures. Of course, we have to protect the ecology and ecosystem of elephants. No doubt about that. But we have to we have to make some other solutions to protect the human life who are living in the areas, the forest border areas. For that, there are so many solutions or recommendations. Always the forest department officials are saying, due to the fund constraints, lack of enough fund, we are not in a position to implement that schemes. But in Idukki district, we are very much suffering a lot. It is a survival crisis also. Our farmer community are suffering a lot. That's why Honorable Minister may take care of that issue. Enhancement of funds to introduce or implement the new precautionary mechanisms for protecting human life. And also, the issues like buffer zones and ESA fixation. Honorable Minister very much aware about that case also. Anyway, we are very happy to hear one news yesterday and the last Lok Sabha session as part of the Wildlife Amendment new enactment. He announced central government, union government is ready to approach Supreme Court for a review petition in the case of buffer zone. We are very happy because there is no other way. Our state government is also in the same track, but we want the support from union government because this area also, that Kumali, Thekkady, is the main tourism spot all over India, not only in our country, but all over the world. It's the tourism importance of Thekkady is very much. This Thekkady, Kumali and nearby Vandiperiyar, all other small towns included in the buffer zone area. So exclusion of people inhabitant area from buffer zone is the number one demand, or that means the people from Kerala, that means all over 13 districts, we are very much concerned about that. We want the support of union government for the exclusion of people inhabitant area from buffer zone and also from the ESA. These two cases we have to address specifically. These are the main concerns related with the forest department in Idukki district. I think Honorable Minister may comment on that, and we are very much, that means very much we are happy for your visit about the solution of human-animal conflict. We are expecting some comment on that, and also some solution in that case. By these words, I am concluding. I am very much happy to receive you, Honorable Minister Bhupendra Yadav ji, to this prestigious program. Thank you. Thank you very much.
May I invite Shri Varur Soman, Honorable Member of Legislative Assembly, Perumal, for his special remarks. Please, sir.
Honorable Chief Guest, Sri Ashwini Kumar Chaubey, Minister of State, Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change. Sorry, I have to address first of all Sri Bhupendra Yadav, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Then our beloved MP, Sri Dean Kuriakose, all other forest officials who participate in this function, and respected colleagues and dear friends. First of all, I like to welcome our ministers to my own place, my pyramid constituency, for making such a visit and this function. But quite unfortunately, I have to say that being the MLA of this constituency, I have seen the newspaper yesterday and I got the information regarding this too, yesterday only. And now only I am seeing this program notice also. This is the way our forest officials treat even a legislative assembly member. Then you can think about the common people regarding their issues. It's a very sorrowful thing that I have to say. വളരെ നിർഭാഗ്യമെന്ന് പറയട്ടെ, മീറ്റിങ്ങിൻ്റെ വിവരം ഇന്നലെ പത്രത്തിലൂടെ അറിഞ്ഞത്. പ്രോഗ്രാം നോട്ടീസ് ഇന്നാണ് കാണുന്നത്. എൻ്റെ നിയോജകമണ്ഡലത്തിൽ രണ്ട് കേന്ദ്രമന്ത്രിമാർ പങ്കെടുക്കുമ്പോൾ യഥാർത്ഥത്തിൽ അതൊരു വലിയ ഉത്സവമാക്കി മാറ്റേണ്ട ഒരു ചടങ്ങാണിത്. മാത്രമല്ല, നമ്മുടെ ഇവിടുത്തെ ജനങ്ങൾ നേരിടുന്ന നേറുന്ന പ്രശ്നങ്ങളെക്കുറിച്ചെല്ലാം അത്യാവശ്യം മെമ്മോറാണ്ടങ്ങൾ തയ്യാറാക്കി കൊടുക്കുന്നതിനും മറ്റും കാര്യങ്ങൾ ശ്രദ്ധയിൽപ്പെടുത്തുന്നതിനുള്ളൊരവസരമായിട്ടാണ് ഞാനിതിനെ കാണുന്നത്. നിർഭാഗ്യവശാൽ നമ്മുടെ ഫോറസ്റ്റ് ഒഫീഷ്യൽസ് സ്വീകരിച്ച നിലപാടിനോട് MLA എന്ന നിലയിൽ എനിക്കുള്ള ശക്തിയായ പ്രതിഷേധം ഞാൻ പരസ്യമായി തന്നെ പ്രഖ്യാപിക്കുകയാണ്. I have only one request to our Honorable Minister. Sorry for the, I have to tell the truth. That is why it is so happened. You see, we have 37% of our total land of Kerala as forest. So naturally, it is a very difficult task to our forest people to protect the people from elephants and other wild animals. Here the problem is like that. We are always very cordial to all these things. But quite unfortunately, there is enough fund is not there. So they says that they cannot construct a protection wall, hanging wall, elephant walls like that. So we are facing the difficulty what our MP has narrated here. So you have to take a special interest in this subject, and we want more support from the Government of India to face this issue. That is what I have to say. Anyhow, thank you very much all. This is a golden opportunity to express our idea regarding all these points. Once again, thank you all. Ellavarkkum nanni.
It's with great happiness we are presenting the video on elephant conservation in India as the curtain raiser to World Elephant Day Celebration 2022. I request our chief guest, Shri Bhupendra Yadavji, Honorable Minister, MOEF and CC, to raise the curtain with a remote click. Please, sir.
Who doesn't know about elephants? We've all drawn elephants as a child. In the jungle, on the streets, and in the zoo, elephants have always been the center of attraction. Elephants are incredibly sensitive, intelligent, and social animals. For centuries, elephants have been a part of our culture. Be it their mention as Airavat in Amrit Manthan or Lord Ganesha in Sanatan religion. Even today, we see a lot of elephant statues in our temples. They have always been revered in our society since time immemorial. Elephants have been a witness and companion to the evolution of human civilization. Elephants have been an integral part of our life and history, and hence it was declared the National Heritage Animal in 2010. Every year on August 12, we celebrate World Elephant Day so that people can learn about elephants and their behavior and also be a part of their conservation. By protecting the elephants, we can eventually save the entire ecosystem. At the beginning of 1991-92, Project Elephant was launched and many steps were taken to protect and conserve elephants. The aim of this project is to protect the elephant habitats and their corridors, to resolve the human-elephant conflicts and ensure the betterment of captive elephants. Under this project, a census of elephants is carried out every 5 years. According to the 2017 census, there are 29,964 elephants in India. It is the commitment of the Modi government towards the conservation of elephants and the efforts of the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change that there are 31 elephant reserves in India today. The number of these reserves before 2014 was 28. 3 new reserves were established: Dandeli in Karnataka, Sihapan in Nagaland, and Lembru in Chhattisgarh. The 32nd elephant reserve is proposed in Tamil Nadu. In fact, the area of these elephant reserves went up from 61,830.8 square kilometer to 76,507.9 square kilometer.
Conservation of wildlife and habitats has been a part of the cultural ethos of India. Our Vedas spoke of protection of animals. Inspired by Gandhiji, the ethos of non-violence and protection of animals and nature has been suitably enshrined in the Constitution of India.
During the past 8 years, several efforts have been taken by the ministry to protect elephants, along with working on their safety concerns. Myriad of programs have been launched to protect elephants and their habitats. Plus, to put an end to the human-elephant conflict, states are being provided with enormous help. The communities residing around forests have a major role in the protection of elephants. Without their support, the conservation and solution to the human-elephant conflict is not possible. Therefore, on this World Elephant Day, let's all take a pledge to protect our national heritage animal, our elephants. This will further conserve our forests and environment so that our future generations can also be benefited.
Now may I request our Honorable Chief Guest of the Day, Shri Bhupendra Yadavji, Honorable Minister, Environment, Forest and Climate Change, to release a few publications. We will start with Caring for Elephants, Managing Health and Welfare in Captivity. The book contains chapters on various aspects of captive elephant management, lucidly written and thus highly relevant for field officers, veterinary professionals and elephant handlers. I request all our dignitaries to join for the release. Next one is Elephant Reserves of India, an atlas. This publication provides basic spatial information on each of the 31 elephant reserves, including boundary maps. Next one is Elephant Reserves of India, Land Use and Land Cover Classification. This report provides the land use and land cover classification of the elephant reserves and their broad-scale trend comparison across India using remote-sensed geospatial layers. And lastly, we have special edition of Trumpet. It's a special edition on 30 years of Project Elephant. 2022 marks the 30th year of Project Elephant being, and this special edition elaborates on the Project Elephant in India and in contribution towards elephant conservation. A great initiative by Project Elephant, Ministry of Environment and Forest. Now I request the Honorable Minister to release the poster for World Elephant Day 2022. I request all the dignitaries to join. Thank you, sirs. Now, may we have the proud privilege of having Shri Bhupendra Yadavji, Honorable Union Minister, to give away the prizes for school children for the events conducted with Living with Elephants as the theme. First is for watercolor painting. Winners are kindly receive the gift from Honorable Union Minister. Watercolor painting competition UP section, first prize goes to Aneshwar Vishwakarma, St. Thomas EMHSS, Attapallam. Second prize goes to Nifa Akbar. Second prize goes to Nifa Akbar, St. Joseph's HS, Perivandanam. Third prize goes to Nikhil Kishore, Amalambiga Convent English School. Watercolor painting competition participants, high school and higher secondary section. First prize goes to Eric James, Montfort School, Anakara. Second prize goes to Second prize, Sridevi Siju, GHS Pandanar. Third prize goes to Salome Jasmine E, Trinity Garden, Vandiperiyar. Now the quiz competition participants UP section. First prize goes to Anna Matthew and Hannah Hatima, St. Joseph's HS Perivandanam. Second prize goes to Abhay Keshav and Agnivesh P. Abhay Keshav and Agnivesh P of Amalambika Convent English School with second prize. Third prize goes to Felix John Matthew and Sandra Elizabeth Saji, Government Tribal UP School, Kumali. Quiz competition, HS and HSS section. First prize goes to Arjun Biju and Alfred Tom Joyce, St. Anthony's HS, Mundakayam East. Second prize goes to Abin Verghese and Alina Anas, MES, Vandimeda. Third prize goes to Christina Prince and Gerald Sajin, St. Philomena's HSS, Upputara. Congrats to the winners and thank you, sirs. Shri Bhupendra Yadav ji, a true conservationist to his core, always speaks about carbon sequestration and restoration of degraded forests. He always believed in the power of individual and collective action to address the climate crisis. ये मेरी खुशी कुतमत है कि आज इस कार्यक्रम वर्ल्ड एलिफेंट डे की मुख्य अतिथि माननीय केंद्रीय वन मंत्री श्री भूपेंद्र यादव जी को मुख्य प्रभाषक के रूप में आमंत्रित करने की मौका मिली। मैं बड़ी प्यार और विनम्रता से आग्रह करूंगी कि माननीय मंत्री जी वर्ल्ड एलिफेंट डे में अपने विचार मुख्य प्रभाषक के रूप में संबोधित करें। मोस्ट हम्बली, मोस्ट रेस्पेक्टफुली, most humbly and most respectfully, we invite the Honorable Union Cabinet Minister for Environment, Forests and Climate Change, Shri Bhupendra Yadav ji, for his special remarks as the chief guest of the day. Before going to the mic, we request Shri Dean Kuriakose, Member of Parliament, to honor our Honorable Union Minister for Environment, Forests and Climate Change to the floral garland. Please, sir. Now I invite the Honorable Union Minister Shri Bhupendra Yadav ji to give away the prestigious Gaj Gaurav Award. for the Gaj Gaurav Award. First, we invite Malakar tribal community, Mahouts and Kavaris of Malashar tribal community. And the Malashar tribal community are an indigenous section of the numerous Kurumba who once dominated in South India. We invite Malashar tribal community to receive the prestigious Gaj Gaurav Award from the Honorable Union Minister, Shri Bhupendra Yadav ji. We invite with pride Shri K. Baburaj, Mahout Elephant Rehabilitation Center, Kotu, to receive Gaj Gaurav Award 2022 for friendly staff in the field of elephant conservation. Shri K. Baburaj started his career as a Mahout in Kerala Forest Department in the year 1995 and is presently working at Elephant Rehabilitation Center, Kotu. We request our Honorable Union Minister, Shri Bhupendra Yadav ji, to honor Shri K. Baburaj Mahout, Elephant Rehabilitation Center, Kotu with the Gaj Gaurav Award 2022. With much pleasure, we invite Shri Dandesha Boro, Head Mahout Manas Tiger Reserve, to receive the Gaj Gaurav Award 2022 for the frontline staff in the field of elephant conservation from the Honorable Union Minister Shri Bhupendra Yadav ji. Shri Dandesha Boro has been associated with the Forest Department since his childhood. He is son of the forest frontline staff who was tragically killed by a rhino. Over the years, he has gained practical and hands-on experience on elephant conservation and management. He possesses a special skill in identifying suitability of mahouts, a particular elephant, besides recognizing the adeptness of individual elephants for a particular task. Congrats to the all Gaj Gaurav Award winners. Thank you, sirs. Now the next dignitary to honor us with his gracious presence is Shri Ashwini Kumar Chaubey, Honorable Minister of State for Environment, Forest and Climate Change. During his tenure as Health Minister in Bihar, he has contributed much to the field he is entrusted with. Welcome, sir, for the speech.
आज 12 अगस्त विश्व हाथी दिवस के इस शुभ अवसर पर आप सबको भगवान के देश जिसको कहते हैं कि ये केरल जो है गॉड्स ओन कंट्री के इस परिवार में उपस्थित आप सभी भाई और बहनों का मैं हृदय से स्वागत करता हूं। मंच पर विराजमान हमारे भारत सरकार के पर्यावरण वन एवं जलवायु परिवर्तन सह श्रम एवं रोजगार मंत्री माननीय श्री भूपेंद्र यादव जी, हमारे यहाँ स्थानीय विधायक, केरल सरकार के वन्य जीव संरक्षण मंत्री जो अभी नहीं आ पाए हैं, हमारे मंत्रालय के वन महानिदेशक सह विशेष सचिव श्री चंद्र प्रकाश जी गोयल, माननीय सभी हमारे वरिष्ठ अधिकारीगण, जितने भी केंद्र सरकार और राज्य सरकार के पर्यावरण वन से जुड़े हुए, और सभी प्रेस और मीडिया के, हमारे इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मीडिया के सभी भाइयों और बहनों, आप जानते हैं कि सदियों से जो गजराज हमारी सांस्कृतिक, धार्मिक एवं सामाजिक परंपरा से जुड़े हुए रहे हैं। गजराज जो प्रबल शक्ति, बुद्धिमता एवं शुभ कार्यों के लिए जाने जाते हैं। एक श्लोक में, जो हमारे यहाँ शास्त्रों में वो श्लोक श्री गणेश के रूप में उनको माना जाता है, और हम सब लोग प्रतिदिन भगवान गणेश की भी पूजा करते हैं, और उसमें हम सब लोग उस मंत्र को भी दोहराते हैं, वक्रतुंड महाकाय। यह जो मंत्र है सचमुच में अपने भगवान शंकर के पुत्र गणेश जी को हम लोग वक्रतुंड महाकाय करके नमस्कार करते हैं। तो आज के इस हिंदू मान्यताओं में इन्हें भगवान गणेश का प्रतीक एवं इंद्र भगवान के वाहन ऐरावत के रूप में माना जाता है। दक्षिण के राज्यों में सभी मंदिरों में, मठों में और धार्मिक उत्सवों में इसका विशेष पूजा अर्चना भी गजराज की जाती है, जो इस बात का द्योतक है कि गजराज सदैव ही मानव जाति के कल्याण से जुड़े हुए हैं। भारत में हाथियों एवं उनके अभयारण्य का संरक्षण कोई नई बात नहीं है। कौटिल्य के अर्थशास्त्र में जो 300 ईसा पूर्व गजवन बनाने की बात कही गई है, गजवन को हमारे देश में एक विशेष स्थान एवं संरक्षित क्षेत्र माना गया है। देश के ऐसे दुर्लभ इलाके जिनमें किसी तरह का आवागमन संभव नहीं था, वहाँ से लकड़ियों के विशाल काय लट्ठों के समूहों को अंग्रेज काल में, उस समय में वन क्षेत्रों से सड़क मार्ग तक लाने में इनकी उपयोगिता बहुत होती रही थी। आज भी घने एवं दुर्गम वन क्षेत्रों में गजराज हमारे वन रक्षकों को अपने ऊपर सुरक्षित सवारी की जिम्मेवारी बड़ी निष्ठा एवं प्रतिबद्धता से कर रहे हैं। मुझे प्रसन्नता है कि आज इस जंगल में जब हम लोग सुबह बोटिंग कर रहे थे, तो हमारे माननीय यशस्वी मंत्री भाई भूपेंद्र यादव जी और हम सब लोगों ने देखा, 3 घंटे तक भ्रमण किए, और हाथियों का झुंड, बहुत सारे पशु पक्षी जीव जंतु, जो प्राकृतिक दृश्य है, ये प्रकृति के गोद में पूरा केरल प्रदेश सचमुच में इतना मनोरम, और इसीलिए इसको देव का देश कहा गया है, भगवान का यह क्षेत्र है। मुझे एक कहावत है हाथियों के बारे में, स्वर्ण की जंजीर पहने स्वान फिर भी स्वान है, धूल दूषित धिकरी पाता सदा सम्मान है। मतलब जो कुत्ते होते हैं उनके गले में अगर सोना भी डाल दिया जाए तो फिर वो स्वान ही कहलाएंगे, कुत्ते ही कहलाएंगे। लेकिन हाथी जिस प्रकार से धूल दूषित रह करके भी, और हाथी की पूजा भी की जाती है, उस स्थिति में भी हिंदू मान्यताओं में, जैसा मैंने बताया, हमारे गणेश की प्रतीक के रूप में और इंद्र भगवान के ऐरावत, भारत में हाथियों एवं उनके अभयारण्य का संरक्षण जो हुआ है, पर्यावरण के संरक्षण और पारिस्थितिकी जो तंत्र है, इकोसिस्टम, उसके संतुलन को बनाए रखने में जहां इसकी महत्ता को देखते हुए केंद्र सरकार ने वर्ष 1992 में इसके संरक्षण, संवर्धन और आवागमन के लिए एक डेडिकेटेड एलिफेंट कॉरिडोर्स उस रखरखाव में विशेष ध्यान देने हेतु एवं इनके समुचित ढंग से विकसित करने के लिए हाथी परियोजना का गठन किया गया और इसके माध्यम से राज्यों को वित्तीय सहायता भी प्रदान की जा रही है। इसका सुखद परिणाम यह है कि वर्ष 90 के पूर्वी 80 की तुलना में आज एशियाई हाथियों की संख्या दुगुनी होकर लगभग 30,000 हो गई है। हमारे आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी श्री नरेंद्र भाई मोदी जी कई अवसरों पर वन्य जीवों के प्रति हमारे दृष्टिकोण को बदलने की बात कहते हैं। उनके शब्दों में युगों से ही वन्य जीवों एवं उनके अभयारण्यों का संरक्षण, उनका संवर्धन भारत के सांस्कृतिक लोकाचार का एक हिस्सा रहा है, जो करुणा और सह अस्तित्व को प्रोत्साहित करता है। मैं इस बात से चिंतित हूँ और पीड़ित भी हूँ कि एक और जहाँ हमारे समाज में हाथियों की पूजा होती है, वहीं दूसरी ओर कुछ स्वार्थी तत्व एवं धन के लोभी विभत्स तरीकों से इनका शिकार करते रहते हैं। ऐसे तत्व हाथी दांत के व्यापार, अवैध व्यापार में भी लिप्त है। हालांकि राज्यों के सहयोग से केंद्र सरकार और वन्य जीव संरक्षण बल काफ़ी हद तक इस पर अंकुश लगाने में सफल रहे। मैंने देखा जंगल में हमारे कमांडो और बहुत ही प्रशिक्षित और उनको इस प्रकार से ट्रेनिंग दी गई है कि वो इस प्रकार के माफिया तत्वों का, इस प्रकार के अवैध व्यापार करने वालों का वो सामना करते हैं। हमारे मंत्रालय की पीड़ा इस बात की भी है कि हम सभी के अथक प्रयासों के बावजूद भी पिछले वर्ष का जो आंकड़ा है, रेल से कटकर लगभग 12 और करंट लगने से वजह से 65 और जहर देने की वजह से 2 ऐसे अवैध शिकार के कारण 14 हाथियों को हमने खो दिया है। यह अत्यंत हमारे लिए दुखदायी है एवं इसके लिए जो हम मंत्रालय के माध्यम से जो कदम उठाए गए, माननीय मंत्री जी का जो मार्गदर्शन रहा है, हम लोगों ने उस पर काफ़ी काम भी किया है और इसमें विशेष रूप से जो लोगों की सहभागिता और साथ साथ उनका सहयोग चाहिए। जब तक पीपुल्स सपोर्ट और उनका पीपुल्स पार्टिसिपेशन नहीं होगा तो इस माध्यम से गजराज के प्रति जो संवेदनशील बनाने की दिशा में हमें पहल करने की आवश्यकता है। मैं माननीय मंत्री जी ने हाल में पिछले महीनों जो एक बैठक में हमारे यहाँ पर जो उन्होंने एक निर्णय लिया है कि उसके तहत जो रेल मंत्रालय, सड़क और राजमार्ग परिवहन मंत्रालय और ऊर्जा मंत्रालय की जो अपनी परियोजनाएं हैं इस प्रकार बनाने पर दबाव दे, ऐसा आदेश भी निर्गत हुआ है कि नई परियोजना हमारे संरक्षित क्षेत्रों के बाहर से ही होकर जाए। ऐसा माननीय मंत्री जी ने हम और अपने बैठक में इस प्रकार का विभाग के साथ हम लोगों ने एक महत्वपूर्ण निर्णय लिया है ताकि हमारे वन्य जीव अपने सुरक्षित एवं संरक्षित क्षेत्रों में स्वच्छंद रूप से विचरण कर सकें। हमारा मंत्रालय हमारे प्राकृतिक वनों में स्वतंत्र रूप से जीने के हकदार इन हाथियों की बेहतर सुरक्षा, संरक्षण और उन्हें उन्मुक्त जीवन जीने के इनकी परंपरा को कायम रखने पर प्रतिबद्ध है और साथ ही हर तरह की वित्तीय सहायता भी हम तकनीकी सहयोग से करने के लिए भी राज्य सरकार को कटिबद्ध है। और इसका परिणाम है कि भारत के 14 राज्यों में फैले हुए 31 हाथी अभयारण्य क्षेत्र, एलिफेंट रिजर्व्स वो आज विराजमान हैं। आइए इस शुभ मंगल की घड़ी में हम सभी आप सब लोग इन पवित्र श्लोक के साथ जो गीता में भगवान कृष्ण ने कहा है उच्चे श्रावस उच्चे श्रवस मश्वानां विद्धि माम मृतोद्भवम ऐरावतं गजेंद्राणां नाराणां च नराधिपम। यानी हे अर्जुन, गीता में भगवान कृष्ण ने कहा है, हे अर्जुन, घोड़ों में अमृत के साथ उत्पन्न होने वाले जो 14 रत्न हुए थे वो ऐरावत मैं ही हूं। उच्चे श्रवा नामक घोड़ा और साथ साथ श्रेष्ठ हाथियों में ऐरावत नामक हाथी और मनुष्यों में राजा मैं हूं। ये भगवान कृष्ण ने अर्जुन को यह संवाद दिया था। आज इसी अवसर पर हम पुनः हाथी दिवस के इस अवसर पर आप सब लोगों को शुभकामना देते हैं, बहुत बहुत बधाई देते हैं। और ये पेरियार के इस जंगल में आज कार्यक्रम मना रहे हैं, ये हम सब लोगों का बड़ा सौभाग्य है। मंत्री जी ने और जगह जगह हम लोग जंगलों में जा कर के लोगों से मिलते, लोगों से और वहाँ वन्य प्राणियों की स्थिति को भी देखते हैं। तो मैं आप सबका बहुत बहुत शुक्रगुजार हूँ। आए हुए सभी भाई और बहनों का पुनः हार्दिक बधाई, धन्यवाद। जय हिंद, नमस्कार।
Thank you so much, sir. Now, most humbly, most reverently, I invite Shri Bhupendra Yadav ji, Honorable Minister, Environment, Forest and Climate Change, for his keynote address on World Elephant Day Celebration 2022. Please, sir.
Today's, as the occasion of World Elephant Day, the dignitary on dais, Shri Ashwani Kumar Choube ji, Honorable Minister of Environment and my colleague, Shri C.P. Goyal ji, Director General of Forest, Shri Ramesh Kumar Pandey ji, Inspector General of Forest and Director of Project Elephant, Shri Dean Korikos, Honorable Member of Parliament, Idukki, Shri Vazur Soman, Honorable Member of Legislative Assembly, Piramade, Shri Rajesh Kumar Sinha, Principal Secretary Forest and Wildlife, Government of Kerala, Shri Benichand Thomas, Principal Chief Conservator of Forest, Shri Ganga Singh ji, Principal Chief Conservator of Forest, friends, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, congratulations to all of you on the occasion of World Elephant Day. It is indeed heartening that we have all come together at Periyar National Park today to celebrate the existence of the largest mammal walking on the planet Earth today. When I give a prizes to these children, it's remember me that alphabet E resonates with each child as one associated with the elephant. And no matter which age group we belongs to, seeing an elephant for real or even in photos fill our hearts and mind with positivity and leaves us smiling. It's not without a reason that we call the elephant gentle giants and treasure them as the national heritage animal of India. While we recently honored our jumbos with the title of National Heritage Animal, our association with them is ancient, valued, and revered. Continuing the traditional practice, even today, elephants are an important part of observing rituals in temples and religious festivals. And the one state where it is brimming with example of element worship is Kerala. I consider myself to be extremely privileged to be in Kerala today to mark World Elephant Day 2022 because elephant hold such a special place in Kerala's rich culture, religious activity. All over Kerala is nearly incomplete without elephants. We all know about the Mahagaj Puja performed at the Shiva temple in Thrissur in honor of Lord Ganesha or Vigneshwara. There is also a Anayadi Gajamala, Asia's largest elephant ceremony, where hundreds of gusty jumbos line up in the temple complex with their head held in pride and glory. There are also mosques and churches in Kerala where elephants take part in festivities. Elephants, as you are aware, are also critical to the sustenance of our wildlife and biodiversity. They are seed transporters. Their dung serves as the food of many kinds of dung beetles. They dig watering holes with their feet, trunk and tusk that help other animals get access to water, and they create clearing in forests by tramping vegetation. These clearings also more light to reach the forest floor, giving lower lying plants a better chance to grow. Keeping in mind the religious, cultural and ecological importance of elephants, India places a very high premium on the conservation of the jumbos. We all know the Periyar National Park is home of elephants, tigers and other astounding biodiversity, all of which are protected under the ambit of elephant conservation. Periyar is also home to forest-based communities who actively contribute to conserving the national park's rich biodiversity through a participatory forest management and community-based ecotourism, famously termed as the Periyar model. Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, a staunch environmentalist and nature lover, has made two aspects central to our wildlife conservation strategy. First, wildlife protection and fight against climate change can go hand in hand with development, without either compromising on the other. Second, conservation efforts for our wildlife and biodiversity should be community driven and all the assistance needed from the state being made available. The Honorable Prime Minister believes indigenous communities have for centuries existed in harmony with wildlife and are in best and most dedicated caretakers. And therefore, the India government's model of wildlife protection has the welfare of communities as at its heart. I am happy to say that Periyar illustrates the conservation ethos of our country by effectively managing biodiversity conservation and people welfare. Friends, 3 months ago, during the 16th meeting of the steering committee held in Dehradun, I had proposed to hold the next meeting and celebrate this occasion amid wilderness. I am happy that the proposal has taken shape of reality and we are celebrating the World Elephant Day today in the green jewel of Western Ghats. During monsoon, Periyar literally turns into the land of a roar, trumpet and thunder. The bounty of Indian monsoon is best experienced in the rich forest of Periyar, which serves as a crucial water catchment of several important rivers. There is no doubt that Periyar Wildlife Sanctuary is good choice to mark the day by bringing in the key stakeholder of elephant conservation, local communities, forest department, policy makers, civil societies, and most importantly, children, who will take our planet and its biodiversity from us. Despite many challenges, elephant conservation in our country has done remarkably well, and I am proud to say that under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, India continues to be a leader in elephant conservation. India has the largest and most stable population of Asian elephants. In fact, more than 60% of wild Asian elephants are in India. The population of 29,964 elephants, as recorded in last elephant census conducted in 2017, speaks volumes of the passion of wildlife conservation ingrained in Indian culture. We have some of the best laws to protect elephants and their habitat. We have the most amazing people who love and worship elephants. Listed under Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972, our jumbos enjoy the highest degree of legal protection. Since elephants migrate across the large landscapes, including neighboring countries such as Nepal, Bangladesh, Bhutan, and Myanmar, it is imperative to provide transboundary protection to the species. I take pride in saying that India elephant secured a place in important conservation for migratory species in the Conference of Parties at Ahmedabad, Gujarat in February 2020. Recently, India participated in the 3rd Asian Elephant Range States meeting hosted by Nepal government and IUCN. As ESG, we saw the participation of 13 Asian elephant range countries. The nation agreed on a charter called the Kathmandu Declaration, paving the way for transboundary collaboration, establishment of Pan-Asian database, and creation of national plan to protect Asian elephant globally. India has also entered into agreement with neighboring nations to mitigate human-elephant conflict in transboundary areas. Honorable Prime Minister Shri Modi ji, during the 74th Independence Day, lauded the success of Project Elephant. This year, we have completed 30 years of Project Elephant, and India has emerged the pioneer in elephant conservation. Today, India has 31 elephant reserves. In the last 3 years, Dandeli Elephant Reserve has been notified by the state of Karnataka, Singpen Elephant Reserve by Nagaland, and Lemru Elephant Reserve in Chhattisgarh. This is brought to the total area under elephant reserves in India to about 76,508 square kilometers across 14 states of the country. I am very happy to share with you all that later today, India is going to witness the establishment of one more elephant reserve, the Agastya Malai in Tamil Nadu, adding yet another 1,197 square kilometers to protected area dedicated for protection and conservation of elephants in India. Friends, I want to move to the very sensitive topic to human and elephant conflict in India. The government of India recognizes that welfare of people is at the heart of elephant conservation of India. With competition for resources, human-elephant conflict is increasing, and is very unfortunate that on an average 500 people killed annually by elephant, and about 100 elephants are killed in retaliation by people. Managing human-elephant conflict is the major focus of the Indian government. Reaching out to the families of the victims affected by elephants, Pradhan Mantri Shri Narendra Modi ji government has increased the ex gratia from 2 lakh to 5 lakh. To find long-term solution, we are revisiting the elephant corridors of the country and have finished more than 50% of tasks involving key stakeholders in this endeavor. As I said earlier, the Indian government believes no conservation effort is successful without the participation and cooperation of local communities. I am happy to announce the institution of Gaj Award for deserving Mahouts and local communities from 3 different states of Assam, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. I must also congratulate the young winner for beautifully depicting and conveying the message of elephant conservation and urging us elders to save the wildlife for them in future. My dear friends, your point is well taken, and I assure you we will do everything in our power to preserve and protect our jumbos. With this promise, I want to say some 4 things. When I come here and I met with the different representative in Kerala, including our BJP president, district president is sitting here, our honorable member of parliament is sitting here, our MLA is sitting here. Even I met with the church leaders also in Delhi, they come and they tell me about some problem from this aspect. First, about the eco-sensitive zone area judgment passed by the Supreme Court. I am telling you that the honorable, that our ministry and our government is filing a review petition, especially again to revisit the section 44A and 44E of the judgment. We have already announced that under the specific policy, the economy sensitive zone was declared. Proper care and public consultation was already held. So there is some things which must to be clear by the court. Matter is sub judice, but I rest assure you that we will file a review and we are able to convince the court about the genuineness, about the validity and about the ground situation which is coming about the reading of that judgment. Number 1 thing. Number 2nd thing, so many people in Kerala approaching with me about the wild boar issue. And that is a very important issue. Our ministry already issued a guideline for the human wildlife conflict in February 2021. Again, our that guideline we have reiterated so many times. But we have already given power to the Chief Wildlife Warden of Kerala under Section 11 of Wildlife Protection Act. I believe he must be exercised this power for mitigation of this problem. So they have already used that power, and I again reiterate there that the power is there under Section 11 for a particular specific purpose. Number 3rd issue is about the Western Ghat and declaring an eco-sensitive zone. I have already met so many representation in Kerala of the various communities, societies, political parties and religious institution also. We have appointed a committee. Our ex-DG, Mr. Sanjay Kumar. Sanjay Kumar was the chairman. Some of the scientists are chairman. The persons who know this area, they are also very much knowledgeable in this field. And I am glad to inform all of you that Government of India is committed, has constituted this by this committee, and under the chairmanship of Sanjay Kumar, I already told you, and we told them that they go through the holistic approach of the Kasturi Rangan and Gadgil committee, and definitely they will consider the representation given by the people also. Then there is also one thing that in Kerala especially elephants used for the religious purpose, and now the Wildlife Protection Act, we have amended the Wildlife Protection Act because we are the party of the CITES, and there have been a provision that is already passed by the Lok Sabha, and there already a provision that captive use of elephant for the religious purpose will be continued with the certain guideline of the Government of India and Ministry of Environment Forest. So all four issues, the economic sensitive zone issue, the wild boar conflict issue, the third issue is relating with the Western Ghat, fourth issue is the captive elephant for the religious purpose. I think I have cleared. But I am also, apart from the Minister of Environment, I am the Minister of Labour also. And Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi ji government is pro-poor, pro-people and pro-planet. That's the reason our Prime Minister announced a mission Life in last Glasgow summit. The mission life means environment friendly lifestyle. And this World Environment Day, our Honorable Prime Minister called a global call also for the mission life. But apart from that, today I announced that their decision has already been taken by our ESIC board that for the purpose of Idukki district, Mr. Dean has also so many times approached, and I am announcing that our ministry and our ESIC board has already took a decision that in Idukki district, the Kattapana place, we have soon will start the 100-bedded ESIC hospital with full of facility for the purpose of to serve the poor people. Then that's the reason our ESIC board took a decision that apart from IP, in future we will extend our ESIC hospital facility to the beneficiary of the Ayushman Bharat Yojana persons also. So with this promise, I once again extend a warm welcome to our friend who participating in the activity around the World Elephant Day, and wish you all a pleasant stay here, God's own country. I am confident that our effort will pave the way to secure the future of wild elephants and their habitat globally. Jai Hind, Jai Gajraj.
A leader of distinct vision and founding head of Illuminating Ideas. Thank you so much, sir, for unleashing the words of wisdom. Your words have opened a new horizon with new hopes and dreams in the field of conservation. Thank you so much, sir. Now, may I invite Shri Benichan Thomas IFS, Principal Chief Conservator of Forests and Head of Forest Force, Kerala, to present a token of love from Government of Kerala to Shri Bhupendra Yadav ji, Honorable Minister, Environment, Forests and Climate Change. Please have it received, sir. I request Shri Benichan Thomas IFS, Principal Chief Conservator of Forests and Head of Forest Force, Kerala, to honor Shri Ashwini Kumar Chaubey ji, Minister of State, with a token of love from Government of Kerala. Thank you so much, sir. Now I request Shri Ganga Singh IFS, Principal Chief Conservator of Forests and Chief Wildlife Warden Kerala, to extend our sincere thanks to all who made this event a memorable one. Welcome, sir.
Honorable Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India, Shri Bhupinder Yadav ji, Honorable Minister of State, Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India, Shri Ashwini Kumar Choube ji, Honorable Minister of Forest and Wildlife, Kerala, Shri A.K. Sasindran ji, Honorable Member of Parliament, Idukki Parliament, Parliamentary Constituency, Advocate Dean Kuriakose ji, Honorable Member of Legislative Assembly, Pyramid Constituency, Shri Bajul Soman ji, Director General of Forest and Special Secretary, Government of India, Shri C.P. Goyal, IPS ji, respected dignitaries on and off the dais, and all the invitees. It has been such an honor to be a part of this wonderful event. The measures we adopt for strict enforcement of our existing forest and wildlife laws and its further strengthening decides our survival in the future, as it has held us through our traditional past. And any action by us, being a mega biodiverse country and signatory to almost all significant international treaties on conservation to secure our biodiversity or vice versa, will be looked upon eagerly by the international community as due on our commitment and sincerity towards conservation. Periyar Tiger Reserve, a pioneer in innovation on forest and wildlife management, is providing an amazing platform during this World Elephant Day celebration 2020 to bring together the dedicated and hardworking individuals and pools of their ideas and experiences to honor the environmental importance of elephants, one of the Earth's most significant creatures. It is need of our to spread awareness to the global public about the ecological significance and issues impacting the elephants. Kerala Forest Department is adopting a multidisciplinary framework for community engagement to achieve the conservation goals for long-term survival of all wildlife species, including elephant. This type of commemorative days, campaigns, and other interventions provides us an opportunity to aware the greater public about the state of India's wildlife issues. I am thankful to Honorable Minister for selecting this particular place for this occasion. On behalf, in this occasion, I extend our sincere gratitude to Sri Bhupinder Yadav ji, Honorable Minister of Environment Forest. Sir, you have inspired your vision and words, and we continue to look forward to your valuable ideas and guidance in our conservation initiatives. I extend our sincere gratitude to Sri Ashwini Kumar Choube ji, Honorable Minister of State, Government of India, for having spared his valuable time and with us, and also for thought-provoking speech which will take forward our noble initiative in this state. I extend our sincere thanks to Sri A.K. Sasindran, Honorable Minister of Forest and Wildlife, Kerala, for his unfailing support in all the initiative of Government of Kerala Forest Department. I take this opportunity to express our sincere thanks to Honorable Member of Parliament, Idukki, Sri Advocate Dean Kuriakose, for his kind words and indicating the issues related to public concern, local issues. Thank you very much, sir. I take this opportunity to express our sincere thanks to Honorable MLA Pyramid Constituency, Sri Bajul Soman ji, for expressing his issues on this about the public. I am sure that we will be looking into these aspects. I take this opportunity to express my sincere thanks to Sri C.P. Goyal, the Director General of Forest and Special Secretary, Government of India, who has constantly given time and attention to guide and coordinate this program. Thank you, sir. I extend my sincere thanks to Sri Manichan Thomas of Kerala for his wisdom detailing the conservation, and he is the main person behind that for taking the state in the eco-restoration of our converting the area of exotic plantation back to the natural forest. I extend my sincere thanks to Sri Rajesh Kumar Sinha ji, Principal Secretary, for sparing his valuable time and indicating about the efforts of the State Department. I must remark a profound sense of gratitude to Sri Ramesh Kumar Pandey, IFS Director, Project Elephant, Government of India, for the warm welcome and inspiring words, and also for all the support for conducting this program. I would like to thank all officers from Ministry of Environment, Forest, Government of India, other officers from Government of India, chief parliaments from various states, senior officers representing various states, and all other participants who have traveled long distances to join us for this great event and making it a great success. I congratulate and thank all the winners and the students participants of the Elephant Day contestant, and also Gaja Awadi, who made this event a memorable event. I also would like to thank my entire team who had worked hard that day in and day out to make this event flawless and remarkable. At last but not least, I would like to thank all the persons who are directly and indirectly involved on this occasion, including the media, who have taken a lot of time and efforts with us for making the event a great success. Thank you very much. Namaskaram.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, it's a mark of undying tradition to recite national anthem at the end of an important event. May I request all of you to kindly stand up and sing the national anthem in unison.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Thank you, sirs. That concludes the memorable and remarkable opening ceremony of World Elephant Day 2022. Now, the Honorable Minister will be interacting with the local communities. Kerala Forest and Wildlife Department has implemented a series of innovative programs in the last few decades for conserving our precious flora and fauna. Participatory governance initiatives of the department, supplemented by scientific research, have provided new insight for protected area management, not only for the state, but for the entire country. Now, the Honorable Union Minister will be interacting with the local community.
Hello. 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 Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. സാർ തുടങ്ങാൻ പറഞ്ഞാൽ മതി. Like that for other states. हाँ बाकी फिर उसके बाद बाकी भी देख लेंगे. Particularly ये बाकी को. Sir. Yeah. Hello. നിങ്ങൾ ചോദിക്കുന്നത് എന്താണോ അത്